Big win for the Brantford Bulldogs last night. They're 7th in a row against their canine rivals, the Ice Dogs from Niagara. They beat them 6-2. Captain Patrick Thomas, franchise record, 6 points. He was in on every goal. I have a feeling that somebody sitting beside me is quite happy about that win, and I'm assuming you sent a text message to your friend in St. Catharines about that win.
Tim, I did. I sent an email between the second and third period to Mayor Cisco saying, you better pray for your Ice Dogs because they're down 5-0.
Fantastic to see you. How you feeling? I know you had knee replacement surgery, so how are we doing?
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm making it. It's a gradual process, but there's a lot of physiotherapy ahead of me. But so far, so good.
Yeah, and you're doing that 2 weeks ago, and then you had all this sales stuff the past couple of weeks. So
yeah, it's been a very hectic 2 weeks.
We haven't had you here. So what's your thoughts? And first, Michael Andlauer has been just a fabulous owner. First for the Hamilton Bulldogs, and then he went for Brantford and all the support he gave you. And what were your thoughts about him selling the team?
Well, first of all, we really appreciated the fact that Michael Andlauer had made the decision to come to Brantford. It's meant a great deal to our community in terms of boosting the morale of the community, the economic development associated, not to mention the money he invested in the Civic Center. He came to me in late November and explained what was happening, and it was really driven by the challenges he's facing in Ottawa. And he admitted that it meant that he didn't have enough time to spend helping the Bulldogs. And he thought it was in the best interest of the Bulldogs to sell the team to a like-minded owner. And I told him, I said, I fully understand that decision. You know?
How worried were you, though, when he told you that? Because how are you going to find a like-minded owner like Michael Andlauer?
Well, he told me who the proposed purchaser was. Okay. And when he told me it was Zach Hyman's family, I thought, well, that's probably going to be a good thing. And I think what's transpired since, and clearly the Hymans, they've got a passion for hockey. And I think they're even more passionate than I think Andlauer is about hockey, and in particular junior hockey. And so they've been running the team now the last week and a half, and it's pretty clear that this is their primary focus. And we've already seen them do many things in Brantford. Like last night, they announced they're contributing $100,000 to our hospital. You know,
match the $100,000 that the Bulldogs Foundation had raised.
And so they've got some really good ideas about how to improve the team, different ways to market the team, and also their philosophy about supporting junior hockey players, really quite the same as Michael Andlauer.
Keeping the team. Keeping the team. Yeah, that's the elephant in the room, and everybody's talking about. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah. So I was involved in the final end of the negotiations with Michael Andlauer. This is a long-term lease for the new arena, and they were the ones that wanted to extend the lease terms. Like originally, it was about 30 years. They agreed to 40 years. So, and they made it very clear that if Brantford does proceed to construct the new sports and entertainment center, they're in Brantford for the long term.
Where are we? Quickly, how far away do you think we are from shovels in the ground on that?
About a year.
Okay. Still
about a year. There's a lot of things that have to happen. Yeah. If everything falls into place, then about a year.
Okay. We got to get to this because the other thing is winter conditions really affecting the nitrate levels on the Grand River.
Yeah, a real concern, because in Brantford we pull all our water out of the river. So does Six Nations, so does Haldimand to a certain degree. And we've been seeing over the last 2 years in the winter nitrate levels gradually increasing in the river. And the problem is 10. If you have more than 10 parts per million in your drinking water, the Medical Officer of Health has to issue a bottled water advisory because of the risk of blue babies. So that would mean that anyone who is pregnant or a child under 1 year of age, bottled water. And New Year's Eve, the level in the river rose to 9.8, and that was a real concern. In our system itself, it never went above 9, and that was a real wake-up call. I mean, I already knew it was an urgent problem and had been advocating the province. So there's ways in which we can address it. We're going to be putting in place reverse osmosis systems in our water treatment plant. That effectively removes nitrate, but it's very expensive. But I'm also starting a lobby campaign because 80% of the nitrates in the river come from agricultural processors, in particular fertilizer and in organic fertilizer. So, but best farming practices can minimize that impact.
Okay, but you're on it, you're keeping an eye on it, and
and it also has a huge impact on the river, the fish. The fauna.
In the winter, generally, that's when it's higher.
Yeah, because when you have ice over the river, you can't oxidize the nitrate.
Take care of yourself. Huh?
Thanks very much, Tim.
Congrats on the Bulldogs. That's some fantastic news. And keep doing you. Brantford Mayor Kevin Davis. Lots of things going on in Brantford. We'll actually check in with Simone Gavros, who has our top story from Brantford, coming up right after this.